Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. This is James Baker, CPA here, and I have a great call for you today. I have a drop shipper who's been starting out. He's rolling. He's in South Africa, and he wants to know if a US LLC works for his structure and his goals and what he's trying to do. This is a great call. There's no fluff here. We get right into the meat and potatoes of the call. And I think there's a lot of value in this call, a lot of little gems that you're going to dig out of it. Stay until the end because we got some of the best stuff that happens at the end of the call. And I appreciate you being here. If you like these videos and you want to see more videos like it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'm putting out more and more videos every day now. I had a lull, but now I'm just back up on it. If there's anything you guys want to see specifically or you want to have a call with me, you can schedule on the link below in the description. There should be a number of links there that you can use. And that's it. Let's get to the call. Hey, so Jason, thanks for showing up today. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Where are you calling from today?
I'm from South Africa.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think I saw some of the notes. Why don't you give me a little summary about what's going on?
Okay, cool. So I'm busy doing drop shipping from South Africa, and I'm using a personal TransferWise bank account to run the business from. And I gave myself kind of a threshold of about $10,000 before of revenue before I register a company. And now that I've got that, I surpassed that last month. So I'm looking to register a company also just so I don't run into any issues with PayPal and Stripe and all that. I've been looking around, just seeing the best way to set it up. And if I do register a company, it needs to be a company that Stripe is supported there, and it is not supported in South Africa. But when I kind of set everything up, I was in Spain, so I actually have use of it now. But yeah, I just want to set it up so I can start. I also want to do it. The main reason I want to do it now is because I want to be able to get a business credit card to pay for the ad spend, because it's a lot of ad spend, and then you can get quite nice benefits like travel wise and things like that if you do make use of a business credit card.
Do you have, can you get business credit cards in South Africa?
If I register a company in South Africa, but I'm not sure. If I do that, I won't be able to use Stripe. Yeah.
Well, you might, so there's some limitations in opening business credit cards out the gate in the US. If you're not from the US, you have no credit history, it can be hard to get a credit card. It's not hard, it's just a process, right? So we'd have to, get a tax ID, get an ITIN, start building your credit. And then once you have more credit, then you can apply for more cards. And as it takes some time to get really established. But once it is established, it's worth doing in the long run. You sound like a young guy, so it's worth looking into it. Just not like it's going to take months. It's going to take 10 months to get a credit card. Unless, there's some ways around it and there's some other options, but like generally for building a credit history and getting any credit card you want, it does take some time. That said, like in your case, are you planning on, like if you have a US company, which is really, if you called me, I guess that's what you're considering and you want to talk about using like an LLC or something. The problem that I would see using Spain right now is because a Spain Stripe is you don't want to get like sucked into paying taxes in Spain, which might, they might report something to Spain. You might have registered as a Spanish resident or something. I'm not sure how you set it up, but that's one thing to consider. How do you plan on reporting this in South Africa if you have a US LLC? How much taxes would you pay in South Africa?
Well, I'm not really set up for taxes yet. Probably I've only really done it for the past couple of months. And it's obviously just kind of offshore through TransferWise. So that's why I kind of want to see how to set it up correctly so I can pay taxes and everything properly.
Are you planning on living in South? You sound like you're from South Africa. Is that where you live and you're going to stay at?
Yeah, I'm planning on probably living here, but I'm going to be traveling around for a while, I think. Probably going to take on some travels. So that's why I started dropshipping, just so I could be able to travel and work.
Sure, of course. I get it. Yeah, so I think a US company would be perfect. The US LLC, the Stripe account, bank accounts, another like an additional TransferWise. And I think that would all work out well for you. The credit, maybe if you open a, like, so you're not, you're natively from South Africa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it
Born
might
here.
make sense to have a separate company there that you use just for, maybe you have it break even, but use it just for access to credit. If it's easier to get access to credit through that country, maybe you have an LLC that you own, and then you have a South African company that you own, and it'll give you more flexibility. And maybe you run some sales through there, and then the same amount of expenses. I don't know the best way to do it
Okay.
there, but that'll be a way to
Yeah.
get credit faster if that's what you're telling me.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So I was wondering about that, and how would it work if I did use if I did register a South African company and I used South African company's credit card to pay for my ads, and like if all the business all the money's going through the American business and American bank account and
Yeah. So what I would do is probably open a South African company in the veil of marketing services. So that company is going to provide the marketing services for you, cover the ad spend, and then make an ROI on the ad spend or whatever. So that way you could just justify sending money from your U.S. company to cover the ad spend, which is being paid for by the South African company. And that would be the purpose of the South African company as well. And that way,
okay.
you can grow a business, have some history in South Africa. And if you want to have some profits there, you pay yourself a little bit more there. I understand you're just getting started. But I think that's a great way to set it up. Have the LLC be the main drop shipping entity, and have that be a separate business, and then the South African company just be like a marketing arm, which is used for the ad spend and things like that. And you can send money over there whenever you need it.
Okay, and then from that, if I wanted to pay myself, I could pay that to my personal bank from the South African company.
Or from the U.S. company. It depends how you want to report it. I mean, that's the structure I would use operationally. I think it sounds like that would be the best way operationally. I would talk to a local guy and confirm the best way to do it from a tax perspective, whether you're going to report the profits from the LLC or not, or if you don't have to report them, if you don't bring them back. And then you can keep your income minimal and your taxes minimal in South Africa, but you can, keep most of your profits in the U.S. company.
Okay, and then with the US company, how does taxes work with that? If I pay taxes on for my South African company, if I show profit, and if the profits are sitting in the US company, how would I have to pay tax on that?
If you're doing just drop shipping from your house in South Africa using an LLC, you wouldn't have to pay any taxes in the U.S.
All right, and then if I keep the profits in the US company, I wouldn't have to pay the taxes on the profits in the US company in South Africa.
I don't know that answer. I do know that you wouldn't have to pay taxes in the U.S. Many countries
Okay.
will want tax revenues. Some countries will only make you pay tax on it if you bring it to the country, because their tax system, maybe that's how their laws are set up. I just don't know the laws down there, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And then if okay, so you do need an ITIN number for because I know some other people from South Africa went the whole route and got their ITIN number to be able to get American credit card and use it that way. But like you said, it might take a while longer.
I mean, it depends. We apply, we see how it goes. Some say yes, some say no. I'm always looking for new answers. There's fintechs coming up all the time. So if you have the revenues to support, and there's companies that will, if they, especially just designed just for drop shipping. So there's fintechs in the US that are set up to, help finance fintechs that have ROI on their ad spend, and they'll finance the ad spend for you. And then they integrate into your system. So they finance the ad spend, but they also get their stuff paid back directly out of your sales. So it'll allow you to scale faster, and and they get paid every time. So I think it's clear.co is one of them. There's like a lot of fintechs and companies like that you can look into. So having the
What's that
ITIN is
called?
helpful. I mean,
Fintechs.
we include it in our processes, and we do it for all our clients. We get them ITINs. Some use them right away, some wait, but yeah, like I said, you're a young guy. It's not that much extra work to get the ITIN and then start to build credit slowly. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like something you can kind of do, and we set it up, we get the ITIN now, and then in like 4 months when we get it, we spend 2 hours applying for stuff, start the process of building the credit, and then you just, it doesn't have to be that much work. It just it's just spaced out and something you have to do.
Yeah, yeah. And then if I did have the ITIN, I would be tax liable to, well, I'll have to pay taxes in the US?
No, the ITIN, you get the ITIN by filing a tax return. And when we do it for our clients, we pay a little bit. We pay like $20 a tax, but it allows you to file a US tax return, and it allows you to, and that's helpful also as you make more money, to file protective returns, but it doesn't require you to pay taxes. I mean, the facts and circumstances are that you are outside the US and you have no US trade or business, and you wouldn't have to pay any taxes on that income, whether you have an ITIN or not. The ITIN just allows you to file the tax return if you do have taxes to pay.
Okay, I see. And I saw in one of your other videos, you said it still doesn't require you to pay tax in America, even if I ship products in bulk to like a fulfillment warehouse. You said something like that, but you said it might be updated. I don't know if there's been any updates
No,
on
I
that.
mean, nothing really. If you're using a third-party fulfillment center, it's still kind of, the IRS like doesn't have a problem with Amazon being everyone's fulfillment center. So by, like kind of affiliation, if you're using a third-party fulfillment center, they don't work necessarily just for you. It's a company that does that. I don't think there's much risk for you there. It's only if you rent your own warehouse in the company name, and you have your own dedicated staff that work for you there, is where
Okay.
you're going to have, you might have an issue.
Okay, I see.
But
Okay,
most
that
people
makes sense.
do that. Most people, there's plenty of good fulfillment centers, it looks like.
Yeah, there's a lot. Um, and then what are the forms that I'll have to, if I do start an LLC in the US? What forms will I have? I know you said something about a 5472 just to report the transactions between myself and the company.
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to renew the company every year, whatever state you set it up in. And then you have to, there's a new FinCEN reporting with the Corporate Transparency Act. I don't know how that's playing out yet, but that's something else you would have to do. But those are really the three things.
Okay. And I've heard that audits can be really expensive. And I'm not sure if I'm correct in saying this, but are they compulsory to do like once a year or?
Yeah.
Okay. And how much like roundabout are they? Business
Well,
audits.
we do these forms for our clients, and I have like educational courses that I sell on exactly how you can do it yourself. If you have more time and less money and you want to do it yourself, then that's fine. Our fees are, it's we're reviewing those now, but between $1,000, $2,000, something like that. And then
And
and then
that'll
of
just be
course
once in the year.
that's like once a year, yeah, for like a renewal type thing. We do the forms and we advise our clients on whatever they need advice on.
Okay, awesome. And then I have another question. I currently have an account open because I was working on yachts overseas and stuff. So I have a standard bank account open in the Isle of Man. But I don't think I can use it too much for yet, just because it's mostly just a seafarer account. But I was wondering if, I don't know if you've dealt with this or anything, but opening a company in the Isle of Man, I don't know if there would be any benefit in that.
Mostly people use these kind of companies as like holding companies for offshore investments. For you, it doesn't really serve any practical purpose. So if you had like, yeah, it's for like foreign trust, offshore assets. I mean, it sounds like you're just getting started. If you use an LLC, you're already kind of not paying taxes. And a lot of it, determining whether you want to use an Isle of Man company or something would be determined by your local tax law and how it works there for you. Because there's
Okay.
a lot of times there's different foreign company legislations or rules against that. But I mean, practically speaking, I mean, the LLC, you can operate and pay no taxes. So it's going to be much more flexible and easy to integrate with everything than an Isle of Man company is.
Okay. Okay. And if I do go the route and I want to get a ITIN number and get a US credit card and bank account, do I have to physically be there to open a US bank account like that?
With our clients, we get the ITINs and do that for them. And there's a couple online banks that we use that would work for your entire business. And I use Mercury Bank myself. And there's one other bank that we use, RelayFi too. There's a couple other banks you can try and sneak in an account digitally, but like RHO, and there's a couple of new banks that are popping up, but generally the big banks need to see you in person. So if you want an account at Bank of America, generally speak, there's other things we can do, but for you, the online bank should be fine.
Okay, and they would offer credit cards as well.
No, most banks, I mean, like, even if you come here to Chase or Citibank and get a credit card, they offer credit cards, of course, but they're not going to give it to you with no credit history and no ITIN. You need the ITIN, you need some credit history to get most credit cards.
Okay. Okay, I see. Let's see if I have anything else here. I think that's basically everything, eh? that I had to find out.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Okay, great. So, if you keep researching this and you decide that you want some to get it done really quickly and efficiently and work with us, just send me an email. Let me know. I'm happy to help. And best of luck.
What do you offer? Like in your packages, is it like EIN number, bank account setup, all of that?
Yeah, well, we have a process that we use. We generally have a call first like this to go over the structure and advise you on it. I'm doing less and less Zoom calls, but I gave you a pretty good structure. I think using the South African company as a marketing branch is a great idea. But yeah, so we structure it and then we open the company, we get the EIN number, we do that right away. For most non-residents, it's going to take you a month or two to get the EIN number. Right now, the IRS is super slow. We'll get the ITIN number. We'll do all the legal docs. We'll have a call after the company is open with you and me eventually. And that's going to be in like a week. And that's where we'll apply for some bank accounts, some credit cards, some Stripe accounts. I'll help you with some integrations if you need it. And then after that, if you have questions, you can reach out to us for any kind of support or any assistance. If you need proof of addresses, legal documents, any support, I'll let you know if there's any new credit cards that come up. And basically the whole tax and legal support for your U.S. entity.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds awesome. I think I'll send you an email after this, and then you can send me the details.
Cool. Sounds good.
Awesome. Sweet. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for your questions. I think this video is going to be really helpful for everyone else, and hopefully we can work together.
Yeah. Thanks
okay, Jason. We'll be in touch. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks. Cheers.
Okay, so I think that call went really well. Jason had some great questions, and this was like, I'm going to call this video Dropshipping 101 with a U.S. company, because we went over a lot of the stuff, and he had some really interesting facts and circumstances, and I think it's always unique in everyone's case. This was the first time I've talked with the South African in this context, so I think it's really, I hope you guys got a lot of value out of the call. If you want to do dropshipping, it's possible. You can use a U.S. company. You can use a company from Spain, it looks like. I do have a lot of clients in Spain, but if you want to take it to the next level, you need to have all your stuff organized and ready to go and have a backup plan, because stuff happens. Stripe gets shut down. Fulfillment centers close. You need other options. You need to be able to move quickly. You need to have your stuff set up the right way. So credit, again, is always something that we are fighting with and trying to find better solutions for. But that's basically it, right? So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I appreciate you. And definitely subscribe if you like this video and you want to know more about this, basically international entrepreneurship and the tax implications heretofore, or that apply, or whatever. Okay, so thanks, and you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Red button. Bye.